Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic 2006, same crew as for the last Kingdom Valley video, and we are doing Flame Core, which is the longest Silver Heart Mod video because damn, this is a long level. Unless I forgot to edit out the first death, that's fine then.
So, do you think that Silver, at this point, he's reached Flame Core and he's like, this feels just like home?
It's a bit weird to think about, right? Because this is the kind of situation which he doesn't want for his home to be in. He wants it to not be on fire, everything, and that's why he's fighting against Iblis, but he hasn't really known any other home, right? So if this game was actually playing with these kinds of things, it would be pretty interesting. It's not, but it's worth thinking about.
Yeah, it's like when Americans, I know, have moved to a city which actually have public transport. They're like, what? But I have all of these coping mechanisms for not getting run over by cars. You're saying that I don't have to care about that right now?
Oh man, that sounds horrible.
Oh my, like, I would love to have reliable public transport. Or
The
even
thing is, like,
just...
I don't know how to function without reliable public transport because most of the cities I've been in have that.
Or even the ability to reliably bike around without having to worry about random drivers who half the time can't see me because that's how the roads are built.
Yeah, I've read a bit about the situations in America, and I mean, it's the old hat to like talk about. Oh yeah, it's a complete third world wasteland, but a lot of these things are like, I couldn't live like that. I'm sorry, it's just completely inconceivable to me to just not be able to walk places because that's not how the city is designed.
Yeah. But then even in parts of Europe, I think it was Amsterdam city centre used to be full of cars, and then there was an enormous project to make it walkable, and now it is,
yep.
And it's just a much more livable space.
And honestly, building 4 cars is more expensive overall. Like, apparently in Copenhagen and Denmark, a lot of the reason it's built around forms of transportation that aren't cars is because it was cheaper after World War II.
That makes complete sense, yeah.
Yeah. I missed my ride here because I wanted to pick up the enemy, but instead Silver did the ground thing, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like these pillars, you have to activate them and get on them quickly. It's the main gimmick of the level. It's actually kind of interesting, but it's not hard mode exclusive. Anyway, but yeah, absolutely, it's not a necessary evil just because that's how it is. It's like how people think it needs to be because they're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's always also a societal problem. That's the thing.
Yeah, not to distract from the very interesting and erudite discussion of urban planning, but there was a comment earlier about bikeable cities, and now I'm really enjoying the mental image of Silver learning how to ride a bike.
Oh my, that's cute. Absolutely, I want to see this now. I don't know why this guy dies in one hit and why these platforms overlap. But and others don't. Like, sometimes if you reflect the rocks, then it seems to double hit. It's supposed to deal extra damage if they throw their own projectiles back at them, which is great, by the way. It's a great idea.
Yes.
It makes the combat much more interesting. But it would be great if it always one-shot them. But I mean, I'll take what I have here.
Yeah, it always felt with this game, with the Silver parts of this game, that there was a thing missing between Silver grabbing an enemy and them just collapsing.
Yeah, you should be able to throw everything, every enemy, but this is apparently something they just couldn't figure out with the physics engine and then gave up. Because what I do here is just release the button, because I can throw the enemies, but throwing the enemies is just, it's throwing them for a centimeter and it's still lodged into the ground, so it immediately collides with the ground and dies from that impact. And this is not how it should work. Yeah, so that's why I'm releasing them deliberately, because it saves time. If I throw them, it's another button input and another animation Silver does, which locks me in place, which keeps me from being able to fight properly.
See, this entire time I thought that there was just a missing animation where, like, Silver, like, sent some kind of psychic shockwave through them that made them collapse.
No, I'm just being efficient.
I guess it's an animation cancel?
No, I'm just not doing any animation. I'm releasing the hold up button. Silver drops them to the ground without an animation. He just lets go of his brain, I guess. And that immediately kills them. Like, if you let go of enemies, they just die immediately. And they would die if I let go or if I threw them, but throwing takes more time, so I'm not throwing.
I have learned so much about this game. This feels very annoying.
It is. It is extremely annoying, because you can't throw the projectiles of the purple birds back. So them being much more prevalent in hard mode here makes it a lot harder. Though, I must say, the projectiles of the orange birds are also really annoying to deal with, because they come out at lightning speed, are extremely tough to see coming, therefore. Silver picking them up is also a bit of a crapshoot oftentimes. You can see it here.
Also, we missed that box just spinning wildly.
I mean, if I commented on every weird thing happening in the background.
Yeah,
also, this guy just killed himself.
When you think about it, Sonic 2006 is a game almost entirely about rotating cubes.
Oh yeah. It's also a game of all time.
It is definitely one of the games of all time.
That's a way to put it.
Should be on every list. Watch list. Somehow I made the impact happen that stunned the enemy. Sadly, you can't stun them out of that. They still have their weird-ass shield around it. But, I mean, whatever. It's an interesting mechanic. Again, I think the combat in this is legitimately really well made. If it worked better, this would be like a gold standard for Sonic combat. Just for how interesting the enemies are, how much you can do with them and so on. It's so much better than in any adventure game where it's just you homing attack them. Doesn't matter if it's a big enemy, a small enemy, if it has a machine gun or whatever, just homing attack it and hit the homing attack until it dies. And mostly they don't even have a health bar, which is fine, you know, it's not great that they have health bars, but the ways you can efficiently deplete them here are inspired. Just wish it wasn't better. And again, the enemy hits me after it's already dead, so maybe I should have thrown that one. At least I didn't put spikes on the bottom of the fall this time. What thing? I think he means the purple balls. But it's a weird line, and I don't think that it's there in the normal mode. I think the normal mode is something like a tutorial message. It's like, if you focus your power on the purple thing, then you can use it to light the way, which is a trap, don't do that. But it's like, this is the original line. Again, if this is the original version of the level, which they toned down for normal mode and added a tutorial message instead of Silver going, so yeah, just leading credence to this theory. It's my theory, so I like it if it gets supported.
I mean, maybe it's just that they made it harder by making Silver more confused.
That's also one way to put it. Also, parts of this are just crap. Flying over here, it's like, oh, there's an enemy coming out. Like, I could see that coming, but there's not much I could do about it. And also, I'm completely confused at the moment where the hell I'm even going. Like, I don't know this room, you know. I'm just bumbling through it, and it's like, oh, this happened to be the right door. Cool, cool. This is the part of this. You can pick those up? Did I just pick one of those up?
It was hard to tell.
Weird. Maybe I should have tried harder, but you can't really see that because their animation and the green aura completely overlaps. Anyway, this is the part of the soundtrack that sounds like a Mega Man X soundtrack. Like one
I was
of the
about to
later
say, I was distracted by the Mega Man guitars.
Yeah, right? It's like Mega Man 4 Plus, X4 Plus. This is exactly like that.
I mean, you know, I'm just reminded now of Blaze Heatniks.
Yeah. Specifically X6, which has a phenomenal soundtrack. It's also a game where I'm like, you know, I could say a lot of things about. Maybe at some point.
Mega Mega Man
Where the
X6.
fuck do I go from here?
Oh yeah. Navigation.
I legitimately don't know if this is like a hard mode omission. They got rid of some platforms here to force you down a harder path, or if I'm just never took this in the normal route and now I'm like, just standing up there like, I've played this level before, right? What the hell is going on?
Oh dear.
And now I'm about to die to this nonsense. I didn't, but
the only ring that matters is the last one.
Yeah.
That's okay. You've got 7 more silvers in the tank.
Sure, but this will not give me the S rank. So I was panicking just a tad. And there is an elevator upwards. And this room is garbage. It's so unfocused. Like, I have no idea what the correct path forward is. Like, I bumbled into this, and it's like, you're supposed to light it up, I guess, but you really shouldn't, because that will take away your main ability of interacting with the world. Anyway, this is probably the correct path forward. I was breathing a heavy sigh of relief here, no pun intended, for our previous commenter.
Does lighting those things up affect the enemy behavior at all?
I don't think so, no. I don't think anything really affects enemy behavior. I think it's just meant for you to see better, but then if you're holding something up, you can't hover without dropping it. See, I was thinking like I hold up the telekinesis button so that I can catch any projectiles it fires, but then it randomly fired a second one in short successes, so yeah. But yeah, it doesn't work at all. Like, the story of this game, right? Great. Ooh, you know what this means if the ground is trembling like that. Got me again. But now they also spawned birds behind me, so that's great. And not obnoxious. Let's get the hell out of here.
No, that's an orb.
It's an orb? An orb of all time? Fortunately, know exactly how to handle this one from the normal mode, which is just take your time. The time bonus is fine for this level, they tuned it like that. Biggest enemy as usual is the camera, which I'm actively trying to get away from using teleport dashes. Yeah, this final part is just like, if you take your time, it's fine, you will never lose. It just feels so bad, just standing here doing nothing. Should I shortcut? And it's like, if I die here, that's 13 minutes down the drain. Just like, let's not. Like, I could have gone for it. I didn't.
This level is a test of patience as much as anything else, it seems.
Yeah, I know that I can shortcut here, so I'm doing it, but I still almost ran out of truth and was like,
If the level weren't so long, you might feel like you have more leeway to experiment, but...
Yeah, that's the thing as well. It's like, I would be more inclined to play around in these large rooms and find the best path through them if they weren't like 10 minutes in.
And like, you're on emulator, so in theory you can save state and whatnot, but...
this one doesn't have save states.
You shouldn't be expected to.
Yeah.
Just as I expected. What did he expect?
He expected that he could get closer and use his power, which he did.
Oh, okay.
So nice invisible wall, nice teleport dashes. Extended teleport dashes. I'm so good at this game. Anyway, time bonus just enough. Close one, but we did it. Never have to do this again.
Phew.
That was not very fun.
14 minutes.
Yep. And now the gold medals roll in, because this was the last hard mode video for Silver.
Oh, is this goodbye?
For Silver?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to look at very hard, so there's 8 more levels of him to go. So yeah, I still have to do Flame Core again. Damn it! You reminded me. Anyway, let's take a look at these results, shall we? There they are.
That's a lot of gold.
All of Silver's gold medals. I feel accomplished.
You did it.
Thanks a lot, and thank you all for your attention.